Hi beauties, I am so glad you're here. I am so excited for this video. In fact, I've already filmed the video, but I'm excited to share it with you. But I wanted to just very quickly say, we're going to go through a recent beauty favorites, things that I cannot stop reaching for. And while we're going through them together, we're also going to get ready together, and time slipped away from me. Before I knew it, an hour had been up, and I wanted to just quickly come on so that if you can't make it through the whole video, that you could at least see the finished product. I know that in a realistic world, not everybody has an hour to sit there. So this is how it all turned out. I'm absolutely in love with it. It's with the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk eyeshadow, and then all of the other beauty favorites that we go through as well. And let me just say, whether you're here for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or whether you stay through the entire video, I appreciate you and I love you, and the video is coming right at you. Hi friends, welcome back to another video, another day. I'm so glad you're here. If you're new, my name is Jeannie. I hope by the end of the video you'll decide to stick around. And for my returning viewers, thank you so much for coming back to hang out again. I'm really excited for today's video. Don't try and adjust your phone, your tablet, whatever you're watching on. I'm barefaced. That is what you're seeing is true right now. Normally on my intros, I come on all made up and then we'll get into the rest of the video and maybe switch to bareface and work with things. I just figured to heck with it. We're just going to go right in. So what I wanted to do today was do an updated beauty favorites video. It's been a while. I know a lot of YouTubers like to do these kind of on a monthly basis. That might be something that I will start doing. Let me know how you guys feel about it. But I've got some products, not like a ton or anything like that, but I've got some products that I have been reaching for non-stop ever since I tried them. Some of them are newer to me and some of them are not. But either way, we're going to go through them today. We're going to create a look. Before we jump into all of that, I've got a couple giveaways going on right now. They'll both be linked in the description box below if you want to get an entry. You just have to be subscribed here on the channel and leave a comment on the giveaway video, which will be, again, linked in the description box below, both of them. They're both going to be closing this next coming week. So definitely get your entry in if you're interested. You guys, I am so excited. My BoxyCharm PR base box is due to be delivered tomorrow. So you know I will be on here with that. And in fact, depending on, editing, that actually might go up before this. I don't know. We'll see. And then before we jump into the video, you guys, I got a couple things to show you. I am so excited. So one of my subscribers here on the channel, she has become a friend of mine. Her name is Patricia. She sent me over some friend mail, you guys. I am obsessed. So she clearly had this made. Now, if you're not new on the channel, you know that I like to sip on my wine while I'm doing my makeup and hanging out with you guys. It makes it feel like I'm sitting down, talking to a friend, getting ready, and it's just like my happy place, right? So she had this made. It has my channel name and my name. Of course, it's a glass of wine. Normally I go with red, but it's earlier in the day and I went with something a little bit more fruit forward right now. So we've got a Chardonnay, but cheers, Patricia. Thank you so much. I am literally obsessed. You should have seen my face when I opened it. I should have done it on the channel, but I knew it was coming and I just was so eager to get my little hands in there and see what it was. But she sent over that. And then she also sent over this. You guys are spoiling me. So this is from Better Homes, and it is a scented oil plug-in. Just look how freaking cute that is. Is that not totally me? This is going to be plugged in my makeup area at all times now. I am so excited. And then the scent that she picked out to have it scent with was Strawberry Summer and Mimosa. It smells so good. It definitely smells like summertime for sure. And I am just so appreciative and so in love with those products. They are perfect. Thank you so much, Patricia. And you guys, I never ever expect you guys to send me anything, but I'm not gonna lie, I definitely appreciate it, and it just is literally the coolest thing to know that, somebody's thinking about you and, somebody put in an effort to send you something, and there's just not a better feeling in the world. So thank you again. And then also, you guys, from Laura the Bargain Hunter here on YouTube, I think it was last week, sent this over to me. She actually got this palette, I believe, from Influencer, if I'm not mistaken, because I did watch the video when she had this. So she did lightly use it once, but she reached out to me and asked if I wanted it, that she would send it to me. She thought that I would get more use out of it than her, and I was like, heck yeah, girl, please. I don't have any Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadow in my collection. This is a Pillow Talk Quad. It is so pretty, very, very everyday wearable, and I'm really excited to try out the formula. So we're going to use this in today's look with some of the products that I have been loving. So I'm really excited for that. If you guys don't know who Laura is, I will have her linked in the description box below. Please go over and say hello. Show her some love. She is amazing. You will love her. So thank you all so much for sending me this stuff. You guys are spoiling me. And let's get right into everything. So right now, all that we're going to kind of go in order of how I need to get ready. So, the first thing I want to do is start with primer. I've got my skincare done already. It's been sitting in. We're not going to include skincare in this video. It will just be too much. So we're just going to move on with the makeup. So the first thing that I need to do is put a primer on that is pore and line filling. I have a lot of primers that I love. I have a lot of primers in my collection, but this is kind of like a really, really inexpensive option that is really, really good for really, truly blurring large pores and fine lines. I actually do believe, in my opinion, this is a super inexpensive dupe for the Tatcha Silk Canvas. It is the Makeup Revolution Pore Perfecting Primer. It resembles a lot the Tatcha. I'll show you side by side here. The Tatcha does have like almost like a little bit of like a lavender scent, where this one doesn't really have a scent at all. If I had to put a name on it, I would say maybe a little bit Play-Doh-y, but nothing overwhelming. Really, there's like no scent. But anyhow, if you need a good pore and line filling primer and you don't want to spend $58 on Tatcha, check out the Makeup Revolution. And wow, I'm used to like not having nails on. So I'm just going to pick some up and I'm going to start kind of just applying it where I really need the most blurring action going on, which for me is kind of all in this area, a little bit down the sides here where I've got some smile lines happening, and then definitely in between the brows where I've really got some 11 lines happening. So you don't need, I know it looks like a lot, but it's not. That's such like a thin layer. And then I'm going to begin to press it in. I'm going to end up pretty much spreading it all over, but really focusing it on those areas where I need the most blurring. And really pressing it into the skin in those areas so that it's filling the lines and pores. I know it looks like it leaves a white cast, but it doesn't. It completely absorbs in once it's pressed in properly. Yeah, and that does a really, really nice job of, oh, I got some pilling going on here. Okay, so I tried some new skincare stuff out today. Might have not been the best day to do that. It looks like this primer did not like something in my skincare underneath, but that's okay. It's not too bad. Just a little bit there. Did you guys see that though? All right here was pilling. Doesn't seem to be doing it anywhere else. And it does, like I said, it does a good job of what we needed to do here. So there is one. Now, I always use more than one primer, like I have said before, and lately I have been reaching for this over and over and over. This is the Yensa Tone Up Primer Essential Glow, and we're going to use a little bit of this. This is not really like a pore and line filling primer, but it does give the skin a nice, pretty glow, and it feels very hydrating on the skin. And I'm just going to take a little bit of that and spread it around. And it's just such a natural glow that it gives. It's not like glittery and iridescent. It's just a pretty natural glow. So, and then of course I want to mention, because this is a favorites video, but I'm not going to use it today, but I do use it all the time. I have been absolutely in love with the Rare Beauty Always an Optimist Illuminating Primer. I have literally went through half a bottle already. I do have a backup, and it's something that I reach for all the time. Today we're going to use some other ones. So there's that. Now let's move in. Well, first, before we go into complexion, I always do like to use an under eye primer as well. I do feel like it really does help to further blur out fine lines around the eyes. My personal favorite is the Becca Cosmetics Anti-Fatigue Under Eye Primer. This is what it looks like. This one is almost gone, but I have two backups. I will not be without this. And I'm just going to use my finger, take a little bit, and kind of just bring it right around the under eye area, making sure that I'm focusing it on the areas where I actually do have a little bit of fine lines. So I don't necessarily have fine lines there unless I'm squinting, but I squint a lot. So I want to make sure that I'm filling in those areas. And then this also has a really nice cooling sensation. Nothing over the top, and I'm a watery-eyed girl. I get watery eyes over everything, but this does not irritate my eyes in any way. In fact, it feels so good. It's like how it says it's anti-fatigue. It really does just kind of wake up the eye. And then I wanted to mention, if you can't get your hands on this, this is not technically an under eye primer, but I find that it works very similar to this. And when I'm no longer able to get this because Becca Cosmetics is no more, I have a couple backups, and I'll continue to look for it on like Macari and places like that. But if there's ever a point where I can no longer get this, I will use this in its place. This is the Milk Makeup Cooling Water Stick, and I have used this as an under eye primer multiple times. I've got like a little piece of hair stuck to me multiple times, and it's very, very similar. I feel like it does a good job at priming the under eye, and it also gives that little bit of that cooling, awakening feeling as well. So here are those. And now we're going to talk about complexion products, you guys. There has been a lot of good complexion products that I've tried lately, and it was kind of really hard to like narrow it down. I feel like this has been like a whole season of like complexion products. So I have recently tried the Il Maquillage, which I did like, but I don't reach for it anymore, if that tells you anything. And I can't exactly say why. I feel like I liked it when I tried it, but now I've got some other foundations in my collection that are just blow that right out of the water. So, of course, I would say right now, my absolute two favorite are the Nars Light Reflecting Foundation. I do have two different shades. I absolutely love this stuff. It's definitely like a light coverage that you can build up to a medium coverage. So this is not a full coverage foundation, but the way that it looks on the skin, it is so beautiful, and I just cannot get over this stuff. This has been one of my go-tos, but then I'm also going back and forth. I use this just as much. The Nars I purchased, this actually came out of a recent BoxyCharm, and it is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation. Mine is in the shade 210N. I have been obsessed with this. Now, these are almost, to me, kind of similar looking on the skin. In terms of just beautiful, just a beautiful finish, a non-makeup-y makeup finish. Like, it's just stunning. However, the Anastasia does offer a little bit more coverage. And I think that you could probably get around the same coverage out of the Nars if you went in with a couple coats, but I don't typically like to do that. I like to do one and done when it comes to foundation on my face. I don't like to feel like my face can't breathe under the foundation, if that makes sense. And then another one yet, you guys, that I just very recently tried. I've used it about 3 or 4 times, but again, just beautiful on the skin. And another thing, you guys, the Nars has skin care properties in it. And so does this Yensa Super Serum Silk Foundation. Mine is in light neutral. I do think that this shade is a touch light for me. I wish there was like a light medium. Maybe there is. Maybe I need to look into it, but I bought it off of an Ipsy sale and there wasn't that option there. But I figured that, you know, anything light neutral, I could make it work. You can always bronze the skin up, blah, blah, blah. But again, the finish on this is absolutely stunning. So those are like my go-tos right now, but I have an all-time favorite, an oldie but goodie that we're going to use today. It is the Charlotte Tilbury Light Wonder Foundation. So this is very much like a tinted moisturizer. Again, it is not a full coverage foundation, but it is beautiful on the skin, very lightweight. The coverage is somewhat buildable. And the reason that I'm going to use this today, guys, is because it actually expires this month and I've got about that much left and it's expensive. And it says it expires 5 of 2022. I'm not going to jump to throw it in the garbage. I'm going to try and get through it. So I have all of these foundations that will definitely be there waiting for me. And I want to try and not waste this. It's so good. This was my go-to like all last summer. But you just don't need a whole lot. So it like lasts forever. I almost wish they would do like half bottles of foundation for like half the price because, man, I end up throwing out a lot of product, but I can't use it all before it goes bad. But anyhow, this is what we're going to go in with today. I'm going to apply some on the back of my hand, and even that was too much, but I want to use it. At least if like I waste a little bit while I'm using it, then it doesn't feel like such a waste. Does that make sense? But that is what the consistency is. So it's in between a thicker and a runny. It's like kind of like an in-between. And I'm going to use my Haley's Beauty sponge and I'm just going to pick that up and I'm going to start tapping it in. This is definitely, like I said, this was like my go-to summer foundation, and it's definitely a summer shade for me, so I don't know if it's going to be on a touch warm for me right now, but we're just going to go in with it and begin to blend it in. Actually, maybe I didn't wring my sponge out good enough. That like I used all of that and I don't even think I got any on this side, so we're gonna go in with a little bit more. But I'm going to get up close and show you guys an up close and personal, all up in your space view of how this looks once it's all on. Oh, I know why it's eating it up like that, because I'm picking it up off the back of my hand. Normally, I place it with my fingers, warm it up a little bit into the skin, and then go and kind of blend it out with the sponge after that. But whatever. Whatever works. Whatever's clever, guys. So again, another reason why I love, you know, lighter foundations like this is because I do have dry skin, and full coverage foundations tend to really accentuate, you know, the dry skin patches and really accentuate. I think the worst part for me is like the smile lines and in between my forehead, those lines. But this one does not do that. It literally just looks like skin. And I'm bringing it all the way up on my lids. I've really been liking doing that lately. I didn't do it. I used to do it, but then I hadn't done it for a long time. I've really been enjoying doing that. It just gives such a smoother all around finish, in my opinion. Woo, I'm dropping stuff. Okay, let me get a little wipe out here and ready to go for when I need it. Okay. Now, I'm going to get up close and show you guys. Specifically how it lays in here where I've got my pores. So as you can see, it is not a full coverage. Like I said, you can definitely build it up more than this, but for me, this is perfect. Like I don't feel the need. I'm going to go in with concealer and spot conceal, you know, different areas. And for me, this is where it's at. It feels good on the skin. It's lightweight and it's like a soft focus correcting beautiful thing, and I love it. I love this stuff. So if it's one that you haven't tried and you enjoy lighter, you know, foundations that are on the lighter side, breathable, definitely check that one out. Okay, so what should we do next? We're going to do concealer, which I actually have a lot of concealers that have been bomb for me lately, but we're going to go in, you know, we're going to go as we go, if that makes sense. And I want to bronze my complexion up a little bit. You guys, this, I've got two products that have been it for me. Now, first, I got this. This is... My mom is a literal makeup addict. Maybe that is where I got my obsession from. I don't know. But my mom's thing is she'll go do a whole haul at Ulta or Sephora and then, you know, spend like $1,000 and then want to keep like one or two things out of it. So then me and my sister will get to kind of like split all the things that she doesn't want. And she picked this up. I got this. I acquired this on Easter. And I knew about it. I knew what it was as soon as I saw it because Kelly Strack talks about this all the time. And so I jumped on it. I'm like, to my sister, I'm like, that one is mine. Now, these are the magnetized, and I must have had it upside down because they were kind of fell out, but that is no big deal because they pop right back in. So what it is a, don't mind, they were just upside down on there. That way it looks, that's why it looks like that. But I want to be careful now that I know that they're like loose in there. But it is from Tarte, and it is their Breezy Cream bronzer. And then it also has two cream blushes. And when it comes to blushes, I love cream blushes. Same with cream bronzers. I have used this multiple times since I got it. And Kelly is absolutely right. The bronzer just melts into the skin beautifully. The blushes are stunning. But then I picked up this bad boy at Marshall's. I think it was $16.99, or maybe it was TJ Maxx. It was either TJ Maxx or Marshall's, but we are seeing these there right now for $16.99. And there has not been a day that I put makeup on since I got it that I didn't use it. I have never had a cream contour bronzer be so perfect for me. This is in the shade, does it have the shade name on here? I wanted to say it was like, oh yeah, so this is their double take, and this is in the shade White Pearl. It does have the cream contour bronzing side. Oh, that's the cream contour bronzing side, and then it also has a highlight side. I do use the highlight side a little bit. It is pretty. I like to do it down the bridge of my nose a little bit. But more than anything, I'm obsessed with this cream contour, and we're going to use it right now. I'm going to show you why. So there's something about this particular shade that is just perfect for me, and the way that it just disappears, like not disappears, but blends into the skin is just amazing. So I'm literally just going to draw a contour line on my face, and then we're going to go and blend it in. I'm going to go just like this. I want to make sure that I'm getting it even on the cheeks. I know my voice is still really raspy from the COVID. So we got something that looks like this right now, but don't you worry. I'm going to take, I have been loving these LaRousse Beauty brushes for blending in my cream contours. They're just perfect for that. And I'm just going to just start tapping it in. And look how pretty this is, you guys. It just blends in perfectly. I'm obsessed. Like, I can't picture my life without this product. It is beautiful, you guys. And it does leave a little bit of glow. If you don't want that, you could definitely follow up with a little bit of a powdered bronzer on top of it, just to eliminate the shine. But I like it. I think it is beautiful. Leaves just the right amount of dewiness to it as far as I'm concerned. And yeah, guys, I am obsessed. So if you have a local Marshalls, TJ Maxx, and they've got them, I have seen 3 different shades available in my local stores, and I definitely recommend. I also want to mention, you guys, I will do my best to have all of the products that I am kind of shouting out today linked in the description box below. But I just want to mention, I highly recommend, before you buy any higher end makeup products, or it doesn't even necessarily have to be high end, before you go buy any new makeup products from, you know, the actual site, you know, I definitely recommend checking out Macari. That is where I get majority of my high-end products and things that I really like and continuously repurchase. That is where I go for them. I get, you guys, my Becca under eye primer. I have bought 2 backups there. My favorite brow gel from Anastasia, and I'm getting it at a major discount. And not only that, well, we're going to get into some of these other favorites, and I'll tell you which ones that I got from Macari when we go through them. And then even with this, you guys, I typically do not contour my nose. I've got like a little nose anyways, and I don't always feel a need for contouring it. But with this, I've really been liking just kind of doing it, and I just bring it right there on my nose. And then been using this little daisy brush that I got from Ipsy in April, my Glam Bake Plus, and just kind of just blending it in, bringing it up just a little bit like that. And it's really pretty. We will use the highlight side down the bridge of the nose too. Why not? And this is like a perfect highlight for that, because it's nice and subtle. It's not going to blind you, but it's just enough, and it's pretty. So now for, those were my bronzer products. Now for blushes, I have had a few recent favorites. Now this, you guys, I actually just recently got this from a BoxyCharm sale. It is a Nars blush, and the shade is Desire, and it looks a little scary. It looks so bright, but it is so pretty on the skin. It doesn't come out like that on the skin. It's just beautiful. But I don't think that's what we're going to go with today, but I wanted to mention it because it's something that I have been loving. Another product that I have been loving for cheeks is the Natasha Denona Cupid Cheek Duo. It is beautiful. It comes with a cream blush and then a little highlight, which is really pretty. Just add a little bit of that down the nose too. I love to just kind of highlight my nose and my lip area. But anyhow, I think today we're actually going to go in with the Tarte. And I'm just going to grab a blush brush. And I'm going to dip in, I think, to the lighter tone and just mix it a little bit with the darker one. I like to mix them a little bit, and then I'm just going to kind of add my blush. And it, again, this as well gives a beautiful, beautiful glow. And just kind of blend it right. I should have done my concealer first because I'm going to have to go in with more blush, but oh well, I always forget that. And then I'm going to take it just a little bit over the bridge of my nose and just a little bit on my chin as well. Just warming up the face. And it is so pretty. Okay. My nose keeps running on me. I'm so tired of this COVID crap. Okay. So those are my current favorite blush picks. Let's go ahead and talk about concealers. I have a lot of recent wins for me in the concealer department. Okay, first being another product that I acquired for my mom on Easter. This is the Clinique Airbrush Concealer. This is so pretty for highlighting like the inner corner. Mine is in the shade Neutral Fair. I think we'll use a little bit of this in combination with another one. I don't know which one yet. Another one that I have been loving. This was a awesome TJ Maxx find. I got it for under $10, and it is the Clinique Line Smoothing Concealer. Love, 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 love. Now, this is one that I just recently tried here on camera with you guys, and I was really, really surprised. So it's an itty little bitty guy, and it is the Benefit Buoying Cakeless Concealer. I want to say mine is in the shade Best Life 02, and I used this when I got it out of my glam bag, and I was actually blown away. Let me tell you, a little goes a long way with this, but it is beautiful and brightening, and I really, really, really like it. Then I tried, I'm sorry, you guys, my nose is running. I do not want to be wiping my nose here on camera, but you guys, I've got getting over COVID, and I'm sorry, I can't help it. But anyhow, the NYX Bear With Me Concealer Serum. I finally got my hands on one. Every time I would go to the store looking for a shade that would work for me, they were completely sold out. So I finally went on Amazon, and I was able to get, mine is in the shade, what is the shade here? Gosh, I can't even see it, but I know it's like a light neutral shade. And again, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And last but not least, this is another thing that I acquired from my mother, but it is the Lancome Anti-Crease, Anti-Age, Long-Lasting Concealer. I have two shades. I typically like the lighter one, but this is, again, a fabulous, fabulous concealer. I think today I'm going to go in a little bit with the Airbrush Concealer here, and I'm going to use this more on, really, I should do my eyes, my eyeshadow before I go in with my concealer. So we'll wait. We'll wait for the concealer, and then we'll use it. Let's see, what else do we have here? So for highlights, there hasn't been a whole lot of new, exciting highlights in my life. I gravitate towards my Ofra highlights. I have a ton of them. I also really like, some of my Fenty highlights. I thought I had them sitting out here, but I guess I don't. I've really been liking these two here that I recently got from Marshall's or TJ Maxx, one of the two, but they've been having these, and this one is really pretty. It's got Mint Mojito and Sandcastle. Really been loving this one. And then this one has got 7-day weekend and poolside, and this is so pretty as well. So I've really been liking the lighter colors in both of these. And then I do have one that stands out from everything, and I never expected to love it so much because I typically don't like liquid highlights. They accentuate everything that I want to hide, usually, but this one was amazing. And this is the Light Lock. I want to say, God, I can't even, I think this is from, oh yeah, so this is from Halsey's line. This is the About Face Light Lock Liquid Highlighter, and I have this literally sitting out with my most used products on my desk here. One day I'll give you guys a little tour of how I have everything set up, but this is literally out in my everyday stuff because I use it a lot, and I never expected to like a liquid highlighter, but I love that one. So that is that. And then, so I wanted to touch on a couple things that were not necessarily makeup related, but definitely in the realm of beauty. One of them is this Rose Quartz hair mask. You guys, I am literally obsessed with this. I use it every time I wash my hair. Sometimes I will use a lot, like a whole amount of it as if I'm using an actual hair mask, but not all the time. Sometimes I will just take a little bit of it because it is expensive and put it in with my conditioner while I'm in the shower and let it set for at least 10 minutes, you know, shave my legs, do my business while I'm in there and let that sit while I'm, you know, taking care of business in there or whatever. So these I first was able to try through Ipsy, I believe. I got a little sample size in my glam bag, fell in love. Now, this is something that I am constantly looking for on Mercari. I actually got this one on Mercari. It came in the mail today. I've got about that much left of the one that I have upstairs, and I have another one that is out for delivery. I actually ended up buying on Mercari for $31 a whole BoxyCharm Luxe box with all 8 products because it had this in it, and honestly these cost like $38 for a tub, so I'm paying $31 and I'm getting my tub of it, and then I'm also getting some other products, so I'll definitely unbox that here on the channel when it comes. It's actually going to be here today at some point, but we'll do that very soon. I'll unbox it. It'll be something fun, just a random Boxy Luxe box that I bought. But this one, for instance, it just depends on the seller. I found this one for $7 on there. A lot of times these are around $20 on Mercari, but you're still saving. That's what I mean. Check Mercari, you guys. Love this stuff. And it is literally my holy grail hair product. Another product I wanted to talk about is my nails today. So these are, I will have it linked in the description box below. It was a recent purchase off of Amazon. I wanted to bring all of the ones that I came with down here for the video, but my kids are taking a nap right now, and that is how I'm able to do the video right now. And where they're stored is in the closet right in between their bedrooms. And I'm like, man, if I open this up and wake them up, the whole video is shot. So I'll just show you the ones that are on my nails, talk about them a little bit, and then link the Amazon listing in the description box below. But these are actually nail stickers, and I have never had good luck with nail stickers. They were really hard to apply. I could never get it right. And then if I did, it took 20, 30 minutes to get them on. And then the first time, you know, I did anything with my hands, they were coming off. This is not the case. These have been on for 3 days. They are still going strong. It is a pack of beautiful gradient colors, and they're like gradient glitter colors. I do want to mention that I have these placed on over acrylics that need a fill badly. So you can see where like it's on my nail down here, but it needs a fill, so they don't look perfect because of that. But I've never had such an easy application. I have done dishes, washing bottles, giving my toddlers a bath, taking a shower myself, and they have stayed put, and they are so beautiful. They have all different colors of like ombre gradient colors, and I'm in love. I'm obsessed with these. They are my new obsession for nails. Again, check the description box below and you can see all of the cool colors. It comes with a ton of them, and it's only like $12 on Amazon with Prime shipping. Love, love, love. My newest nail obsession, like I said. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and let me see here. I'm looking around. I've made a mess of everything. We're going to do the concealers. We need to do our brows and our eyeshadow first. So we'll talk about my favorite brow products and mascaras as well. We'll go through that. Oh, I wanted to mention this, you guys. This is something I use every single time I get ready. It is the Patrick Top Lip Mask in She's Juicy. Normally, I would just stick my pinky in and put it on my lips. Now that I have nails, I use a little brush. But as you can see, I have hit pan in this one. I do have one in my backup drawer. And you can also find these on the Ipsy sales for $12. They're almost always there. It's probably sitting there right now for $12. This is like one of my favorite lip masks. And I put it on every time I'm getting ready. I'll take a little bit out on my brush. I already have it on, but just for the video, just brush a little bit on my lips and let it sit in while I'm doing the rest of my makeup so that my lips are nice and moisturized for when it comes time to put my lip product on for the day. And I love it. So that was another product I wanted to talk about. So let's go ahead and do our brows. My favorite recent brow products. I need to like revamp my brow basket. I've got like a little basket with all my brow products. I need to get rid of a ton that I don't use, and I need to revamp products that I actually like. This one surprised me. I had this in my collection for a while. I used it when I first got it. It came out of an Ipsy, and it's the Brow Chow from Item Beauty. Mine is in the shade Blonde. And I didn't like it at first because I typically don't like the teardrop shaped products. But then when I ran out of my everyday brow products and I've got all these other products, it's not like I'm just going to run out to the store and grab, you know, another one of whatever because I have all these other products. So I just, you know, of course, randomly picked this up one day and ended up actually really, really liking it. I have used a lot of it. It's one that I'm going to use until it's gone, if that tells you anything. And then another one, a more recent love for me is the Koki. This came out of an Ipsy. It is like the Koki micro pencil. These are so inexpensive and so good. And I really, really love the color on this. Because for me, as you know, with my, you know, blonde or whatever, it can be really hard to find brow colors that don't overtake the whole face, if that makes sense. And then I finally did try out the NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Pen. I have been hearing all of my favorite beauty YouTubers talk about this for the longest time, and I finally picked it up. I got the shade Taupe and Blonde, and I really like them both. With this is something I use when I really want to take my time with my brows. If I just want to be quick and put a brow on, definitely the Brow Chow or the Koki as of lately. But when I want to sit there and have really perfected, precise brows, that is when I use this, and it is beautiful. I'm not going to use it today, but I did want to mention it because I just want to throw a quick brow on. And then, of course, I will go over it with my Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid or brow gel in Blonde. I use that every time I do my eyebrows, whatever I use first, and then I will go over it with the brow gel. So I'm going to quickly just throw my brows together here, and then we'll move on. So you guys, I already saw 2 unboxings like right before I made this video for this month's BoxyCharm. One was with Glam with Suzanne. She's already got her base box unboxing up, and then the other one was Johnny on the Go, which I never knew. He's like, you know, the Ipsy, or I mean, I'm sorry, the BoxyCharm spokesperson guy, but I never knew he had a YouTube channel. It just randomly popped up in my feed, and so they both have different variations. They both have different choice items, so I was a little bit excited to see that. I really love when they don't send all of us that get the BoxyCharm PR, when they don't send us all the same exact box. I think it's much more exciting for us to unbox, and, you know, for everyone that is looking for unboxing videos. It's definitely more exciting when everybody's got something just a little bit different. It doesn't have to be completely different, but just a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, don't have every single box completely identical, because then it makes it no fun to watch, and really no fun to, you know, if you're like, you already see 10 of them uploaded and you're like, okay, well, my box is completely identical. It's no fun to film. So, okay, now I'm just going to quickly, yeah, see, that's another reason why I really like this Brow Chow one, is it's super easy to just get a quick fill in and move on, you know, on days that I'm not worried about perfection necessarily, but you know, you still want them to look good, of course. But yeah, you guys, that NYX Lift and Snatch brow pen. And who named that thing? Like, Lift and Snatch brow pen? That is so silly to me. I just can't get over that name. But it is really, really nice. And it gives the most natural looking hair-like marks on your brow that you really can't even tell the difference from where the pen is and your actual brow hairs are. If you have a color that blend, if the color of the product is blending in, you know, with your actual brows, then you can't even tell the difference. It's so cool. And then, of course, I'm going to go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Gel in the shade Blonde. I really like this because it really adheres to my, the hairs that I do have, and it makes them look thicker, and it also slightly lightens the shade of the brow pencil that I used to make it not so harsh looking, and I really, really like that. I feel like it just makes it look more natural. And I just comb it right through, just like that. And I think this one is getting to the end of, I'm like scraping the sides, but I do have a backup in my drawer. Again, that was something that I purchased on Mercari for like $7. So definitely worth it to check there first, you guys, for your favorite product restocks, or if you're interested in, you know, purchasing something high-end to try it out. It is where I got one of the Nars Light Reflecting Foundations. The other one I purchased off in store at Ulta. But yeah, definitely worth it. I can't say it enough. Now, for eyeshadow primers, I have a lot of them. I have a lot of them that I really like. I think they all work really well. You can technically don't even need a damn eyeshadow primer, guys. You can use a concealer, but I do have a favorite. It is the Gerard Cosmetics Clean Canvas Eyeshadow Primer. The reason that I like this one so much is because it really does do a good job of smoothing out any fine lines while correcting any discoloration before you go in with your shadow. It's just a really, really good one. They are relatively expensive. They're $20 for a little guy this big, but it does last forever. Here is one that is almost gone. I'm scraping the sides, but you literally need such a minute amount of this that I will still get a good 10 to 20 uses out of this, no joke. And since it's expensive, I do have a backup, a fresh one, but I'm not going to open it until this one is gone. And I have been using this in June. It'll be a year. So they last. So very worth it. Very, very worth it. I think I'm just going to go in and I just want to clean my brow up a little bit. Sometimes I do this, and for that, this is not, you know, part of my favorites, but I'm just using the Cella Beauty brow highlight. I feel like it went a little thicker than what I like, and to fix it, I'm just kind of at the very bottom of the brow, just using this to kind of clean it up a little bit. I don't like when my brows are too thick. I feel like some people can really pull that look off, but some people takes over the whole look. And like I said, I don't like that. I don't have the face for that. So, all right. So next I'm going to go in with the Gerard Cosmetics Eyeshadow Primer. And then we're going to get into the eye look. And I'm so stinking excited to try the Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadow, you guys. I have never used an eyeshadow from her. So I am so excited. So I'm just looking for like a little brush here that I can use. Typically, I just use my fingers for this with the eyeshadow primer. But with the nails, I'm not going to. So I'm just going to grab a flat brush. And you literally just need the smallest amount. And I'm just going to apply it on my lids, on the inner corner, and all the way from the lid up to the brow bone. And when I tell you a little goes a long way with this, guys, a little goes a long way. But yeah, this is a really good one. This is the top of the line eyeshadow primer as far as I'm concerned. But another really good one is the Ace Beauté. I have it right here. This also gives a very similar, like it completely covers any discoloration. So like a very similar pigment payoff as the Gerard Cosmetics, but I don't think that it quite has the smoothing properties that the Gerard Cosmetics has. So, but it's a good option and relatively cheap. I want to say like 10 or 14 bucks, and you get quite a bit because you literally need like 1/100th of the amount of the size of a pea for your eyes. And like you need the smallest amount. Same with the Gerard Cosmetics. Like little goes a long, long way. Okay, so I just want to make sure that it's blended out evenly. And then we're going to start the eyeshadow look. I do have a couple eyeshadow favorites. We'll talk about those after we do. We're just going to do something really quick here. Actually, dang, we are going on 50 minutes. I better just do the look and then come back and share the rest of the favorites. So that's what I'm going to do. I will be right back. Goodness, you guys, did time get away from me? I was thinking I was like 20 minutes in. I looked up and realized we're 50 minutes in. So I just went ahead and finished off my makeup look. Now we're going to finish going through the favorites, and there's not a lot left, so that is good. But this is the completed look. I'll let you know what I used as we go through them. First of all, let me just say, I think this is the ultimate neutral palette. Thank you again so much, Laura, for sending this to me. I can see me using this until it is gone. It is just the most beautiful, universally flattering nude shades. So easy to work with, just absolutely stunning. I'll do a whole nother video on this alone, you guys. It is beautiful. For concealers, I went in with the Benefit and the Airbrush Clinique, and it is just stunning. Love those. Okay, so moving along, when it comes to lip liners, I had two that have been like my go-tos, and I have a lot of lip liners, so that does say a lot. I'm looking for the one that I just used. Literally, I just had it, and I've got such a mess. Here it is. Okay, so I tried this a while back. This is from Dragon Beauty. It is the Lip Job Liner. I think it is a very universally flattering nude to overline your lips and give yourself that plump, pouty lip look. Use it all the time. Love it. It came like double this size and it's still super long. And then I have a backup because I really, really do like it. But a recent favorite that I have been loving and that I did use today is the Dominique Cosmetics Creamy Fill Line and Define Lip Liner. This is in the shade Crush. Again, a beautiful, universal, nude type of liner. The formula is amazing. I really truly love anything Dominique Cosmetics. Anything that I have tried from the brand, I love. What I paired that with today on the lips is a favorite lipstick. It is the Dominique Cosmetics Soft Focus Matte Lip in Sweet Nectar. This has been my go-to lipstick. I have a lot of favorite glosses. We'll save that for another time. But when it comes to lipsticks, this has been my my go-to. Along with the 2 liners. For mascaras, I have a few. An all-time favorite is the CoverGirl Clump Crusher. I actually got this, maybe tried it for the first time, maybe a year ago now, and literally it is the bomb, you guys, and you know, less than $10. That is what the wand looks like, and it fans your lashes so perfectly. You never get any clumps with this. You can go ahead and coat it as many times as you want. It really lifts and defines the lashes, and I love it. Another favorite, and what I have on today, is the Bite Beauty Upswing. This has been a favorite ever since I tried it, and it's still a favorite. Love it. Very lifting. It somehow gives length, volume, definition, and everything all in one, which I feel like is pretty hard to find in one mascara. A lot of times I'll use 2 different mascaras to get the effect that this one alone gives me, the Bite Beauty. So love that. And more recently, I tried these 2. One of them is the Cover FX Power Flex Mascara. This one is amazing. I actually just got this a few days ago, but I have used it a few times and I am in love. And I typically don't love a mascara first time I use it, but it's kind of got one of those flatter edges and then kind of like a dip in the middle. The formula is on the drier side right off the rip, so it's not messy, and I just love it so far. And then another one that I just recently tried was the Bobbi Brown Smoky Eye Mascara. This one came out of my April Ipsy. Again, I have been loving it and reaching for it ever since I tried it. So there are some mascara favorites. For eyeliner favorites, I love my Eyeko Black Magic Liquid Liners in both black and brown. The Cocoa Edit is the brown one. And then I also have really been loving this Kokie Dual Ended. Kokie, again, is very, very affordable. And I love this liner. One side is kind of like the gel black liner. And then on the other side, you have the liquid liner. And I like this one specifically because of the length on it. And it makes it really, really, really easy to apply. This is what I did use today. So for eyeshadows, I have so many eyeshadow palettes that I don't necessarily have like go-to eyeshadow palettes, but I do have a couple that I've used recently that really impressed me. And there's not a lot of them, just a few, so I'll share those with you. One of them is the Natasha Denona Cupid eyeshadow palette. This came out of a BoxyCharm sale. I typically have not loved the Natasha Denona 5-pan palettes that I have tried in the past, and I really don't know why. I know everybody raves about her, but this one I can tell you performed like a literal dream. So did the Charlotte Tilbury today, like a literal eyeshadow palette dream. So I really, really was impressed with that. Another one that I was really impressed with recently was this ZC palette. This came from one of my subscribers, Gina. She sent this over to me along with some other things, and I had previously used a palette of theirs here on the channel. I bought it off Amazon, I reviewed it, and it was no good. Like, I did not like it. I was so bummed out. This was a whole nother story. This was so beautiful and performed so amazingly. I was really, really, really impressed. And then an all-time favorite eyeshadow palette of mine is the Huda Beauty Gemstones Obsessions. I use this so much. I am like, you know, you can see there's big dents in my favorite colors, but I'll just take it, swipe it on the lid, throw something in the crease, and call it a day on days where I don't have, you know, an hour to do my makeup. This is definitely a favorite. And then I do have a couple liquid shadow favorites. I thought I had the other one out here too. Do I not? Okay, well, here's one of them at least. I thought I had the other one sitting out here, but this is actually the newer one that I just got from TJ Maxx, and it's one of the Stila liquid glow and glitter and glow liquid eyeshadow. This one is in the shade Rock and Rose, and it is like a pretty multi-chrome. You can see right there, you can see the shift where it goes from like a dusty rose to like a golden color, and these are so beautiful when you're in a rush. Swipe it over the lid, throw something in the crease, do your mascara, and you're good to go. I love these for days where I'm in a rush, and this is one of my newer favorite colors. And yeah, so I think we went on long enough. That is going to be it. If you made it to the end, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to hang out with me. I really, really appreciate it, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye.